Hello, I'm Scott Bogey here with Jake McHugh ahead of his upcoming Cage Warriors fight against Connor Patterson. How are you doing today?
I'm okay, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. And how are you feeling ahead of this upcoming fight?
I'm feeling really good. I've basically been in fight camp for like near enough 2 years now, so I'm ready to go.
Exactly. And you did have, like you're saying, you have been in fight camp for nearly 2 years. You did have that fight against Nathan McGrillen that did get cancelled. That was meant to be at Cage Warriors Manchester. What was your feelings when you found out that he didn't pass those medical tests and the fight did unfortunately fall through?
So I was devastated. I honestly thought my coach was joking when he rang me because I've had so much just weird stuff happen over the past year and a bit, and yeah, I was devastated, and he was devastated as well. He was
Yeah.
a really nice lad. He yeah, it was just not an ideal situation. But unfortunately, these things happen in the sport, and you've just got to sort of deal with them as they come.
And how quick were Cade Warriors to go? That fell through. You've got this opportunity now. Let's get you on this card.
Yeah, so all the Cage Warriors staff were really, really good, really, really helpful, and they said as soon as we can sort you anything, you'll get on as soon as possible. I even offered to be a stand-in for any pullouts on the London card, but there wasn't any pullouts, so they got me on this one, luckily.
And at least that shows you that you have got an organization behind you that are willing to try and get you as quickly as possible that turnaround.
Yeah, exactly. It's really nice to have to support the Cage Warriors because it wasn't like that in Octagon at all. There was no communication whatsoever, and yeah, it was just really hard to have to deal with them. So for Cage Warriors to be so like open and helpful, and I've messaged the staff a couple of times, and they've got back to me straight away and helped me out with multiple things. So it's great. It's good.
And like you said, it is like the complete opposite to Octagon. How was that experience for you? Because, like you said, it sounds like there was a bit of tension.
So like the Octagon has a really really good production. It's got a really like a huge fan base. It's like all that stuff is really well run. But then like the way that they deal with the fighters is just ridiculous. Like they'll go like months without talking to any of us and just basically blanking us and then not sort us fights out. I offered to fight in January. They said yeah, and then never got me a fight and then basically blanked my coach for a while. I was meant to fight again in March, and then so basically I just had to wait till my contract ran out because they just weren't even like attempting to get me fights. Um, yeah, it's weird.
And I think that's not you're not just the only one that this happened to. I was speaking to George ahead of his last Octagon fight, who was struggling to get fights as well. What do you think it is about Octagon that is them having that issue?
I think it could be a couple of things. I don't think that the matchmaker is like like I've met the matchmaker. He's quite nice in person, but I don't think that he's like super into the UK MMA scene, and I don't think he knows the UK MMA scene very well. Um, he didn't like the matchmaking system didn't seem to be very organized at all. So there was a lot of just it was like cowboy matchmaking whenever possible. I also think that they when they came to England and when like the English and Irish fighters, I think they thought that the Eastern European lads would do a lot better with the English and Irish fighters than they did. And then once the English, because obviously England and Ireland is really good MMA.
Yeah.
Once we started winning, like I just don't think they liked it very much. So they weren't getting it. They would put their people from like their home country or whatever before us, and I think that's just where it all started to go downhill. To be
And
honest,
and how was that time? Because obviously it was over a year ago that they did cut ties with the UK, and they said we're not coming back to the UK. We're just focusing on the European scene, and then a lot of the UK fighters and Irish fighters got released. However, you were one of the ones that did stay on. How how was that communicated to you? Like, did they say quite earlier on, we're looking to keep you in this, or did they keep you a bit dangling on the fence?
so there was no communication whatsoever. I found out through other sources that UK MMA fighters were getting cut. They just didn't. They didn't say I wasn't getting cut. They didn't say I was getting cut. They didn't say anything to me, and I was like, okay, get me a fight then. And then they just they would either say yeah and then not even attempt to get me a fight, or they just would blank whoever was asking to get me a fight.
And
So
I think they kind of like shoot themselves in the foot as well because you've obviously got that good reputation from them. You'll be saying that to your fighters in the gym, and then also the president is not really doing the best when it comes to the Shamrock. Um, he got signed to the UFC, and he absolutely dissed Shem on social media, saying that he thinks he's a big star. He can go to UFC if he wants, basically saying Octagon's bigger than the UFC. Whereas they have kind of done a 180 U-turn with Kita. What do you feel like? Do you think that's a bit more of the Kita is in Europe, he's in mainland Europe, whereas Shem is based in the UK? Do you think that shows that divide once again?
yeah, 100%. And I think it's yeah, I agree. It's just because he's from the UK. Basically, it doesn't really make any sense, and it just doesn't make any sense. It was kind of wild when he just completely just like went into Shem. It didn't really make any sense whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what goes through the Reds. I think they're just like I don't think that like I think they're in it for like it's just can't think of the word. It's like um
Is this first?
so it's like delusional. That's it. That's the word. It's delusional. I think that Octagon is bigger than the UFC. Is completely delusional. To think that Shem wouldn't go to the UFC if offered is completely delusional. It doesn't. It just doesn't make any sense. Um, Maybe they're trying to manifest it, but it doesn't seem to be working. Like
And they're now losing all their big stars. You have Kita gone to UFC, Shem, UFC, George, Cage Warriors, UK Warriors. They are starting to lose those fighters now. Do you feel like how quick was it after your release when Cage Warriors said, "Let's get you signed up"?
it was pretty much instant. To be fair, we were literally just waiting for the contract to run out with Oktagon, and then they were going to try and get me a fight as soon as possible. Um, so yeah,
And you said with your interview with Cage Warriors, you're happy to be in this organization. You're going to come in there, put a show against Connor, and put that featherweight division on notice. What is it about this matchup that you feel like you have got that edge?
um, so he's obviously a really good grappler, and that's perfect. I want to show everyone that like my grappling is levels above absolutely everybody else in cage work. Apart from maybe George, that there isn't really anyone else that I can think of in Cage Warriors that has better grappling. Like the fighters at Next Gen, the grappling systems that Ball and Ellis and Vance have put into place are like next level. They're just the boss, and I can't wait to show everybody. It's going to be good.
And what is it about your guys' gym which kind of brings everyone together and lifts you guys up?
It's like it's what happens on the mat, and then outside. Like we all obviously all train together.
Yeah.
We we do SSC together. We do. It's like a community. The gym. It's not just like a couple of people that train together. It is, and we all look out for each other. It's like a proper team. Do you know what I mean?
And it kind of showed that when Luke Riley was performing in Manchester, the SBG in Manchester, and Paddy Pimblett, Molly McCann, Shem when he was in Octagon, they all came over to watch him. It doesn't matter what show you're on, you guys are going to be there and support you guys from one step to the other.
Yeah, definitely. Like even on all like the smaller shows for the amateurs, like
Yeah.
Paddy will be in the corner for them all. It's not like that at all. We all go to each other. We all go to each other's fights. We all support each other in any way that we can. Like there's always a next gen firm at absolutely every single fight. Even like it's not just the fighters. It's like the guys that just like do jits, or even like all the parents from all the kids, and all the kids go. It's like one big community that goes and supports everybody when they fight. It's boss.
And what was the reaction in the gym when you found out Luke Riley didn't need that contender series? he got signed directly to that UFC.
That's what should have happened ages ago, to be
Yeah.
honest. Not like it's not like he's underperformed in any fight. He's shown all levels of skills. He's shown, like, obviously he's a striker, but he's shown good defensive grappling throughout all his all his Cage Warriors belts. He's obviously a phenomenal knockout artist. He's been through deep waters with some of the best people in the European scene. He's shown absolutely everything that the UFC could possibly want to be shown. Do you know what I mean?
And
So
I think Cage Warriors also helped with the fact that people were kind of questioning his grappling skills. So what did they do? Main event against a grappler, and he was able to get that sorted. Do you feel like that is what's good about the Cage Warriors organization is they give you those matchups to help you further your career?
yeah, definitely. It's like there isn't really any easy fights
Yeah,
once you get to the level that Luke's at, because the records have to be similar, or it's obviously a mismatch. So like the Cage Warriors aren't like they don't. It doesn't seem like anyway, but they don't feed people to people. If
yeah.
that makes sense. Like
There's no cans, no reg padding.
yeah, exactly. Like you just look at Luke's, or you can just look at Luke's fight pass, and it's like you can see that he's had to fight really high level talent and come out on top.
Yeah, exactly. And then you also have you coming back into that featherweight division. The next gen kind of lost a featherweight in the Cage Warriors. They've brought one back in. What are you looking for next after this fight, after you get the win?
I'll be looking to fight again as soon as possible. I'm not looking to take any time off at all. If there's a fight before the end of the year that they'll give me, then I will happily take it. I'll be asking for it when I win. And then next year, just be as busy as possible.
From what Cave Warriors have put out, I think they are coming back to Manchester. Would that be a card that you are wanting to get on?
Yeah, definitely. The Manchester Cage Warriors is always filled with next gen fighters, so I'll be asking to be on that definitely, 100%.
And how long do you feel like it is until we can see you on that Dynamite Contender Series or the UFC?
If all things pan out properly, then and I don't have anything else weird happen, no injuries, then um, it'll be not next year, but the end of the year after. Hopefully, I'm looking to get maybe 2 fights in at the end of this year, 4 fights in next year, and then I can do another 4 fights the year after. And that I can't do maths, but that'll bring me up to at least the
About
contender series.
I think like
Yeah,
12 and 1 if all goes well.
yeah, something like that. Yeah,
And then do you feel like the organizers need guys like you who is I've fought in here and I want back in already. I know there's only 3 months of the year left, but get me a fight already.
yeah, definitely. We just need people to fight as much as possible. That's the whole reason. It's like
Yeah.
people only fight once a year. Like unless you reach the top 5 or top 10 of the UFC, you shouldn't just be fighting once a year. That doesn't make any sense. That's not going to help you get to the places that you need to go. So just fight as much as possible.
And I think like it was Tommy's fight in the Dana White Contender Series, where he was against a guy who had kind of sit out for a bit. They were saying the one thing he has is he knows the cage. He's fought quite a few times this year. He kind of knows where to go. Do you feel like that is the case where you go in there, you stay active, you do kind of have that advantage as you do know what to do in the cage?
Yeah, definitely. Staying active is like the ring rust is like a real thing. That's why I've done so many like sub only jits matches and jits tournaments. Um it's to keep myself active. It's so I don't go in and then get hit by all the nerves and then go, oh, what's happening? It's so I can like I do all the jits matches so I can create a routine so I'm as efficient
Yeah.
as possible when I'm preparing to go into a fight.
And
So
what
yeah.
are you doing after this fight to celebrate?
I'll probably just get buried in Newcastle and then come home and start training again. That's it.
So if you know any good pubs, make sure you fire them through.
I will.
And what is it about next gen that kind of has that? We were kind of spoke about it earlier that you've got that family thing, but is there anything in particular apart from that that kind of lifts you guys up?
Yeah, definitely. It's the systems. It's the systematic based approach to everything, to fighting, to training, to recovery, to everything.
And
It's
what?
Sorry, it's just like you can see that not a lot of other gyms do actually have
Yeah,
systems in place that they can like that all the fighters can sort of rely on, and then it's not like a set in stone system. It's like a flexible system that each fighter can like take can like add their own style to. If that makes sense.
yeah.
Yeah.
And what was it that kind of brought you into this sport?
Um, I did judo when I was 8, and then I started. My dad was a pro fighter at a next gen like a long time
Yeah.
ago. And then I wanted to do something, so he put me into judo, and then I started doing jiu-jitsu when I was 15, and then I took up like 3 years. I just stopped doing it for like 3 years, and then I came back and I started doing MMA properly, and I just fell in love with it, and then that was it. There's no like hard story. I've just been doing some sort of combat sports pretty much all my life.
And like you said, you have come from that judo background where you the prominent ones are Kayla Harrison as well as Ronda Rousey. How do you feel like they have kind of helped the people that probably do have that majority judo style in the fighting?
Yeah, definitely. They definitely put judo sort of on the map for MMA, and Khabib quite famously said that judo is one of, or if not the best base
Yeah.
for. And I do agree. It's got lots and lots of transferable skills that like apply heavily to lots of different aspects of MMA. But yeah,
Now,
yeah.
finally, we need to get your fight prediction. How is this fight going to end and in what round?
Um, Submission round. I'm going to say round 2. He is quite strong, so round 2 submission.
Round two submission. You guys definitely do not want to miss it. It's a fight that you definitely want to watch. Is there anything you want to add or anyone you want to shout out?
Um, I don't think so. That's been good.
Well, we can't wait to see you get that win. Thank you so much for coming on.